Wasted so much time on people who should've just been ignored. If I slow down now, I'll pump the brakes. What was it all for? What was it all for? What was it all for? I'ma make this shit count up.
PBC. We going PBC or where we going?
I thought we was going into Bellator and PFL.
Yeah. Okay. I want to link that in. I want to pick your brain about the PBC going to Prime as well. I want to you know what I mean?
Okay, you want to start with right? You want to start with the because you got Devin Haney fighting tonight. So you got Devin Haney fighting Regis Progress. I'm not the best with his name, but
Louisiana brother.
Yeah, that brother there with the tattoos and that. Haney's fighting my man tonight. What's the PBC news?
So PBC have done a deal with Amazon.
Finalized,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I sent you the link still. It's a bit kind of blurry to a point because from what I understand, because I don't understand the full element. That's why I'm building with you. They do like 36 events or something like that, right?
Not anymore. No chance. Not anymore.
At their height they were doing.
That may have been at their height, yes.
Oh, so this may be explain it. So now it's it's either 30 maximum shows that they're going to be putting on Amazon or possibly lower than that. Because the questioning I was having, or the conversation I was having with someone is like, well, what's going to happen with the extra fights that they would normally do in that period? So it seems like they're not putting the amount of fights that they would normally put on through that promotion, and they might be saving some maybe super fights to put somewhere else, possibly.
Yeah, because they had a deal with Fox. They also had a deal with Showtime,
yep.
And yeah, so I mean, it's good news. It's very, very good news that because Prime have got the money behind them, so they can put the money into the events. The only way this works, though, is if the best fight the best. Now, publicly, I've been a PBC fan previously, not so much now, but previously. But PBC is now almost like, I feel like the Mayweather blueprint ruined it. Fighting once a year, trying to protect your all.
Yeah.
That kind of ruined PBC. A lot of fighters were coming in and not trying to fight no one. Even if you look at someone like Tank, as good as he is, he don't want to fight. He don't want to like fight the best out there. You see what I mean? And if he does fight the best, he's gonna put all kind of like small print in the hydration clauses and all that. So that works if the right fights are being made. If the right fights ain't being made, Amazon will drop them. Now, as you see, one championships with Prime, ain't they?
Yes.
And they seem to be doing a good job.
They're doing from what the statistics are. That Amazon are very happy, man. Every Prime card. There was one last night, and Mark, I'll send you the link.
Proper.
Every fight but one was finishes. First round finishes. All of them apart from the 3-round decision, and then I think there was a 2nd round KO. British Shoot did a 3rd round KO. Woo!
Yeah, he got the bonus. I seen that on social media.
Yes,
but it's like
50K.
So kind of branching into this PFL / Bellator merge.
Yes.
What I'll say is this. Now, the UFC, as you know, but better than me, has been built over a very, very long time to become what it is today.
30 years.
When you listen to Dana White and you listen to some of, no matter what your thoughts or opinions are of him as a man, when you listen to his journey, you can't do nothing but respect it. So, this is almost like the Xbox syndrome. And let me break that down what I mean to you. PlayStation was running everything, and Nintendo. PlayStation and Nintendo and Sega were the kings of game consoles. Nintendo was more for a younger audience.
Yeah.
PlayStation was for everybody. Sega was very big here, but they dominated Asia.
And America.
And America too, but they weren't the top. PlayStation was always the top selling when they entered the market, because Sony went crazy. Now, PlayStation, you got Crash Bandicoot. Sega, you had
Sonic,
and Nintendo, Mario. Now, Xbox entered the market. Now, when Xbox entered the market, people, we didn't know what to expect. We knew that they had a very big company behind them, Microsoft, but we never knew what to expect. I missed the first generation Xbox, but when I got the 360, I was like, yo, this is mad. Now, when they came out the first time, I believe it weren't marketed right. They had the wrong games. You see, once they got the marketing right and people started playing with that console, they became a direct challenger to the PlayStation. Now, Bellator and PFL can challenge the UFC, but it's going to take a long time to get there. It doesn't matter how much money is behind them. It doesn't matter how much influencers are behind them. UFC are popular, and they're popular because people stand behind the brand. Now, to get people to stand behind the PFL/Bellator, you have to become what the UFC is. People stand behind the brand. Like, I'll be chatting to man about UFC and they talk about it as though they're a part. Nah, man. Nah, what you talking about? What you talking about? You know what I mean? Dana does do a good job at promoting the thing. He has brought an almost carefree attitude into that world. Now, the only people I see, Noble, you're the expert, you know, but the only people I see, Noble, who can challenge them is one championship. Their model is beautiful as well. But Bellator and PFL, I think minimum 10 years. And you need 10 years of consistency. Good fights. You need to sign talent you need to be able to take talent from the UFC. So you're gonna almost have to become what Manchester City became to take over Manchester. You're gonna have to pay fighters more money than what they would make with the UFC, and to get them fights on, you're gonna have to have a better recruitment service. You're gonna need a better social media presence, because one thing about the UFC and one championship, their social media is damn near perfect, Noble. Perfect. So, for the PFL and Bellator to reach that point, there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. There's a lot of work, but someone like, say, Leon's brother, Fabian Edwards, yeah, his profile is nowhere near what it should be.
Of course not.
You put him in the UFC, his profile raises automatically. So that's my take on it. I just don't see them being able to challenge. Not right now. I think it's going to need 10 years of consistency, hard work, signing man, paying man better money, putting man in hard fights. And another thing, change that damn ugly belt, man.
The PFL one?
No, the PFL one's nice. The Bellator one, man.
Oh, I know.
Come true, no, but let me hear the realness now.
No, but listen, this is why I love having these conversations. I love having these conversations, especially when we go into the MMA side, because you're obviously, you're getting into this here now. And everything you've laid out is on point, man. It's on point. The time frame, I will challenge you a little bit on the time frame. I would say conventionally 10 years would have been the model. Yeah, would have been the model. But in this money modern age that we're in, I think they could possibly do that in just over half that time, maybe 5, 6
This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.
years, based upon what you've laid out. Because exactly what you said, marketing, one championship based upon statistics, pardon self, outstrip every other sport, including AUF. They're bigger than, their social media presence is bigger than the NFL, F1, everything. It's ridiculous, according to the Nielsen, and I will quote that because that's where the statistics from, the Nielsen statistical whatever company, right? So promotion needs to be done heavily. That's definitely on the board. Now, fighters, them getting fighters off the UFC. Bellator has historically done that and paid more to get those fighters across when their contracts are up. Now, this is where we're going to slightly divert, but it still is relating to the topic. Remember, I spoke to you a few months back about the lawsuit, UFC's lawsuit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so that's getting closer and closer and closer. UFC are going to have to settle out of court. They're not going to let this. They're not, because they're in discovery process at the moment. Now, I haven't done the full knowledge on it, but in essence, lots of emails have now been leaked, have been put into public domain. And these emails and text messages, Mark, put the UFC in a very crazy position, because it's showing that the reason why the casuals and non-connoisseurs of this beautiful art refer to mixed martial arts as UFC fighting is because they have had a monopoly on the industry.
Yeah.
Meaning that they not only were they buying competition, they were literally buying the competition. So anything that was hot regionally, we're having that. The last deal that they did was with Pride, and they got scammed and wasn't able to get the fighters that they wanted. Ended up just buying a big library with a few fighters. Totally messed up on that. The government got involved and said, yo, they tried to buy a Russian promotion. What the hell they called again?
Is that the one Fedor was with?
M1 Global, yes.
Yeah.
Tried to buy them. And they were like, nah, boss. So they waited to them. They were flat on their ass. And they said, yo, we've created something called Fight Pass now that people have to pay, I don't even know what it is, probably £10 now a month to get access to the full library of UFC. That's what it was originally. But because the new model, because they can't buy the promotion is, what they do is wait till a promotion goes bankrupt or is on their face and say, yo, we'll give you some money. It's cheaper than buying them. But say to buy them will be, let's say 50 million. We can give them 10 million and say that's your sign-in fee to continue your promotion, but all of your content will be exclusively aired on Fight Pass. What does that mean? That means for all of the local promotions who had the television deals locally, yeah, where the local fan base has driven this promotion up and allowed this promotion to live, they now have to go buy Fight Pass.
Yeah.
That means the local region, Italy, France, and we can break it down into literal cities, they now cannot, there's no presence for them on a dinosaur media platform showing and highlighting mixed martial arts, which will do what? Which will get youth off the streets, put them into some kind of regimented discipline, show them worth for themselves, reduce crime and all the rest of it, and create a bigger sport than what we've got now. This sport is massive. So that's what UFC's done. They're under a lawsuit currently by a number of fighters. As I say, the emails are out saying, yeah, man, if you don't take this fight, we're going to put you on the undercard and we're going to put you against the hardest person. You better take this fight. Oh, you don't take that fight then? Okay, we're going to do that. And we're going to extend your contract for another 2 fights. They were bulldogging them. There were bully boy tactics were used. They were doing all kind of underhanded business. Now, as a result of this, it seems from what some intelligent people are saying, lawyers, etc., if they settle and or if a decision is made and they look at this, the landscape of UFC dominating and having all the best fighters is over. Because what that means is you can't keep a fighter locked into you no more. They sign for 3 fights. They sign for 3 fights. That's it. You can't then. Oh, you're injured and you can't take that fight. All right, then that's another a year on your contract. There's no more of that. That then opens up the playing field to say, okay, I don't necessarily need to stop here, even though the ego drives most fighters to want to perform within the UFC because it's the biggest name. It's the brand. Vacuum cleaners are called what in the UK? Hoovers. Hoovers is a brand of vacuum cleaners. Yeah.
Just like Velcro. Velcro's a brand, but we call we
yes.
Yeah, we call it that.
Yes. Tablets are tablets, but people call them iPads. That's a brand of a tablet.
Yeah.
UFC is a brand. That's the only thing that people are fighting against now. It's the brand element. Once this thing comes to its, resolution, trustfully, fighter pay and the ability for fighters to say, you know what, I'm the champion here. I'm going to duck out and I'm going to go to PFL/Bellator and do my thing there. They'll easily be able to do that. And the thing is, there's nothing about, they've got to outbid them. The fighters free to do what they want now. It's not about the money. If the UFC want to keep them, then you pay them more money. If they feel like, I've got the belt here, I'll defend it once, and then you know what? I'm leaving, and I'm going over there, and I want a couple belts over there. This opens up casuals, hardcores, to explore the other promotions, rather than, it's just UFC. The only game in town is UFC. Allow one championship. They're just Asian fighters. Like KSW, they're massive in Poland. Yeah, they're still going. They're a feeder league to the UFC, just like Cage Warriors on their ass. Then get some money back and going now. Only viewable on Fight Pass. There is an opportunity. You said one championship would be a good challenger, and I still think you're right in that. There is a major concern reference to finance element of it. That's the only thing. They're getting investment after investment after investment. Lots of investment money is coming in. Yeah. But they're still talking. Chatry still refers to one championship as a upstart.
Nah, man, you got to remember it's Asia, Noble. You see the thing about one, yeah? It's Asia. You see, Asia, somebody will come along because that model, the only thing I'll say with one, and I'm glad you put me onto one championship, the only thing with them is it's too messy. You don't know, what is this Muay Thai? What is this MMA? I'm looking, I'm like, where's the MMA roster, or what are you man's focus? Is it just everything, or is it because I just see mainly Muay Thai and kickboxing.
No, you're right, because at the majority of the content to flood it out there and to maintain their relationship with Lumpini Stadium is to have weekly fights. You've been to Thailand. There's a Lumpini Stadium, Rajadan Stadium, all of these big stadiums. They're fights every other night kind of thing. If there's not a fight at that stadium, there's a fight at another stadium. That culture of fighting like every other day and stuff, as athletes, prize fighters, as warriors, that's what they do. So to keep up with that and to stay relevant within that Asian Thailand culture and broadcast network, they're putting on majority, as you say, like that Prime card. There was no mixed martial arts on that card at all. That last Prime card that was on last night. So
what was that? Just kickboxing or Muay Thai?
Just Muay Thai, raw Muay Thai. The whole damn. But it's for casuals, as I say, for a casual to flick onto Amazon Prime, kind of know about one, but don't really watch it and think, let me cheat. They're going to be excited. They're not going to be like, that was boring.
It's about branding, yes. Noble. One championship's branding, UFC's branding. It's a pretty package. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty package. When you watch a UFC event, that event that Leon's gonna fight at next week, that's gonna be like top level sportsman business, top level design, top level social media.
Yeah.
These men are not ramping, and I'm saying I hear everything you're saying, 100%. But PFL and Bellator, if I mean I'm not them, but if I was them, I'm getting a team of social media people, maybe a team of social media just to pump out clips. The fighters with the personalities. You need more. You need to stir up the pot more. The UFC guys, their promo is second to none.